It is only being a Muslim which keeps me from seeing people by the color of their skin. This religion teaches brotherhood, but I have to be a realist. I live in America, a society which does not believe in brotherhood in any sense of the term. Brute force is used by white racists to suppress non-whites. It is a racist society ruled by segregationists. Where the government fails to protect the Negro, he is entitled to do it himself. He is within his rights. But I have found the only white elements who do not want this advice given to the undefensive blacks are the racist liberals. They use press to project us in the image of violence. There is an element of whites who are nothing but cold, animalistic racists. That element is the one that controls or has strong influence in the power structure. It uses the press to skillfully to feed statistics to the public to make it appear that the rate of crime in the black community or community of non-whites is at such a high level. It gives the impression or the image that everyone in that community is criminal. And as soon as the public accepts the fact that the dark-skinned community consists largely of criminals or people who are dirty, then it makes it possible for the power structure to set up a police state system which will make it permissible in the minds of even the well-meaning white public for them to come in and use all kinds of police methods to brutally suppress the struggle on the part of these people against segregation, discrimination, and other acts that are unleashed against them that are absolutely unjust. They use the press to set up this police state. And they use the press to make the white public accept whatever they do to the dark-skinned public. They have all kinds of negative characteristics that they project to make the white public draw back or to make the white public be apathetic when the police state-like methods are used in these areas to suppress the people's honest and just struggle against discrimination and other forms of segregation. A good example of how they do it in New York. Last summer when the blacks were rioting, the riots they weren't riots in the first place. There were reactions against the police brutality. And when the Afro-Americans reacted against the brutal measures that were executed against them by the police, the press all over the world projected them as rioters. When the store windows were broken in the black community, immediately it was made to appear that this was being done not by the people who were reacting over civil rights violations, but they gave the impression that these were hoodlums, vagrants, criminals. But this is wrong. In America, the black community in which we live in is not owned by us. The landlord is white. The merchant is white. In fact, the entire economy of the black community in the States is controlled by someone else who doesn't even live there. The property that we live in is owned by someone else. The store we trade with is operated by someone else. And these are the people who suck the economic blood of our community. And being in a position to suck the economic blood of our community, they control the radio programs that cater to us. They control the newspapers, the advertising that cater to us. They control our minds. They end up controlling our civic organizations. They end up controlling us economically, politically, socially, mentally, and every other kind of way. They suck our blood like vultures. And when you see the blacks react, since the people who do this aren't there, they react against their property. The property is the only thing that's there, and they destroy it. And you get the impression over here that because they are destroying the property where they live, that they are destroying their own property. No. They can't get to the man, so they get what he owns. This doesn't say it's intelligent, but whoever heard of a sociological explosion that was done intelligently and politely? And this is what you're trying to make the black man do. You're trying to drive him into a ghetto and make him the victim of every kind of unjust condition imaginable. Then when he explodes, you want him to explode politely. You want him to explode according to somebody's ground rules. While you're dealing with the wrong man. And you're dealing with him at the wrong time. In the wrong way.